First off, the director, he's the guy who directed Prey.
I noticed that it was animated on twos. A lot of studios have been doing it as a stylistic choice. This was made by a studio called The Third Floor. For the studio was just a previous studio. Kind of unites different warriors from different timelines. People have kind of always fantasized about this. What'd you think about the character they revealed at the end?
I thought that was cool.
The director said that he wants the Predators to kind of all look a little different. He actually referred to Star Wars. I like that they put the samurai character in here. Robert Rodriguez did this first. That's how you know it was a fucking commercial. And guess what? I've never liked fucking commercials, all right? Never liked them. All right, why do you think I fucking pay for premium YouTube? Why do you think I fucking pay for premium Disney Plus?
I hear Scarlett Johansson's skin was ruined in this movie.
What does that even mean?
What if like the Predators we've seen are just like the rednecks of the Predator culture? I don't know if he's like the king or what he was, and he had a cape made of xenomorph tails.
My girlfriend just walked by and shook her titty at me.
Cinema Rolls Podcast.
Is this thing on? Huh? I wasn't talking to you. Real quick, everybody, before this episode starts, we just wanted to tell you guys from the bottom of our hearts that we love you guys, and you know we would really love it if you loved us too. That's a weird way to say that.
Yeah, that is weird. That's okay. We love you.
No, but for real, if you like this podcast and you want to support us, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, give us a rating on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or what else are we on? Amazon. Do those things for us, and we would truly, truly appreciate it. Yeah. I think that's all. Yeah, that's all. So do that, please. Okay, bye. Thanks. Welcome to the Cinema Rolls Podcast. Today, we are talking about Predator, Killer of Killers, which is streaming on Hulu. This is not an advertisement. And it's directed by Dan Trachtenberg. Wow, I guess he's a Viking. That's probably why you put a Viking. Dan Trachtenberg, Joshua Wassung, and it was written by Micho Robert Rutare. I don't think I read that right.
What is it?
This guy right here.
Is it Rutare? Robert Rutare?
You know what? I'm going to read it as Robert Rutare. And it was also written by Dan Trachtenberg and Jim Thomas. And it stars Michael Biehn, Doug Cockle. What is with these fucking names, yo? And Rick Gonzalez. All right. There you go. And we are here together, finally, live and in person. And the beautiful state of Florida.
Yep. All right. So, first off, the director, he's the guy who directed Prey as well, which was a great movie. Might be one of my favorite Predator movies.
Agreed.
And he's also directing the other live-action movie that's coming out this year. Forget, is it Badlands? Predator Badlands.
Oh, he's directed that too?
Yeah.
Is it true that one of the Predators has a fro in that one?
I don't think so.
Okay, I
I
kept seeing something, but it looked like AI. It looked like they had two space buns or something.
I don't remember saying that. I saw that at Disney World the other day, but not on a Predator.
Okay. Just wondering.
Yeah, but I like the movie. It's pretty good. I think the animation was great. The stories were good. If you don't know, it's three different stories of three different people and their encounters with predators. No, they were all good, different in their own way. I think very respectful of each of those cultures.
Sure.
Yeah, it was really good, very well done. I don't know if they had different writers for each of the stories, but it was pretty good, and the culmination at the end was pretty cool. Um, yeah, the one thing I had was worried about going into this movie, and if you're a Predator fan, you may know more than I do, but for me, the Predator movies work because we don't know much about the Predators. Like we don't know who they are, what their culture is, where they're from. They're just these killers that are out. What in the movies to kill humans? It seems right.
Mhm.
So I think that's why it works so well. Is because it's this monster we can't see, and usually our hero overcomes this what seems impossible threat. Um, so that's what. So I was worried that they're gonna show us more of the predators' cultures, and we would learn more about them. Which for me, I don't think we really need. But it looks like that's where the direction they're going into the next movie, in the
Mhm.
Badlands. But
Yeah.
uh, yeah, that's I liked it. So
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I feel like
yeah,
Predator. Yeah, like I feel like in the past they've never really talked much about the lore behind it. I feel
yeah,
like a lot of people compare Predators to aliens, which I think is kind of weird. The only
yeah,
similarity is that they're both aliens.
yeah,
But uh, you get a lot more lore with aliens, and with Predators you don't really get a lot of lore. So I think it makes sense as to why they would go that direction because it hasn't really been explored. But
yeah.
that's that's cool. Um, I really liked it. I really liked this movie. Um, I was watching it and just based off my experience with animation, I noticed that it was animated on twos. What that means is, so normally, uh, what stereotypically what you would want to do is animate on ones, and ones would be 24 frames per second. And twos, uh, the animation lasts like a one frame longer, so it's now you're pretty much animating 12 frames per second. And a lot of animation studios have been doing it lately. In the past, it was more done as like a budget constraint, and it was also kind of done as like for I guess mostly budget constraint. But you like there's certain things that have to be animated at once. So if the camera is moving, it has to be animated at once, or else it gets choppy. It starts to
Yeah.
jump. So walk cycles, things like that. Certain things had to be animated once. Things that didn't have to be animated once, like dialogue stuff like that, sometimes be animated on twos. Um, but lately, a lot of studios have been doing it as a stylistic choice, and I believe this started with Spider-Man,
Into the Spider
Into the
Verse.
Spider-Verse,
Yeah,
Into the Spider-Verse,
I was
yeah.
gonna say yeah,
This scene where he's learning to swing on his webs.
yeah,
And that one's interesting because they actually have two characters next to each other animated on different uh, timings. So Miles is animated on twos, whereas Peter Parker is animated on ones. And if you look at Peter Parker, his animation is nice and smooth.
yeah,
And Miles Morales is animated on twos, all choppy and whatnot, until he gets it going. And then he starts getting animated on ones. And so ever since then, I think people have really been using it as like a stylistic choice. And this movie was animated on two, as you could tell. And I think it's cool. I think it works.
yeah,
And everyone's trying their own hand at like stylized animation with 3D animation, trying to kind of get that good balance between 3D and 2D.
mhm,
And I like that. I like that people are trying to really push um, the medium.
yeah,
And so far, I think Arcane's done it the best, but this was really cool. And I actually found out too that this was um, made by a studio called The Third Floor. And I know of this studio because I have a friend that worked, I don't know if he still works there, but he worked there. And they mostly deal with pre visualization stuff, which is the stuff I was doing before. And he he did the previs for the newest Guardians movie, the third Guardians movie.
nice.
So he worked on that. And before the studio was just a previs studio. So they do all the pre-visualizations for the animation stuff in Marvel. And this was I think, their first full length film that they actually animated, which is pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
But that's all technical stuff that I noticed that I appreciate about it. Other than that, I really liked the kind of like chapter episodic storytelling of it. It kind of breaks the kind of basic narrative and story structure that we're used to with the Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 kind of thing. And this one's cool because it feels like it could have been a series. You know, it feels like it could,
Yeah.
but like I like that it wasn't because they did a really good job of like putting it together.
Yeah.
I've also always thought like, and this was ever since I was a kid, I feel like it'd be really cool to kind of like have a story that kind of unites different warriors from different timelines. And people have kind of always kind of fantasized about this, I think.
Yeah.
You know, we had the Deadliest Warrior show, and then there's the anime called Record of Ragnarok. I think it's called Record of Ragnarok. I'm gonna look it up real quick, just so I'm not like bullshitting.
Well, while you're doing that,
Yeah, Record of Ragnarok.
speaking of Deadliest Warrior,
Mhm.
Aaron Shunky, I think is his name, was in that show.
That Asian dude?
I don't know if he's Asian. He looks kind of Asian, but he's the guy from Bat in the Sun who's been working on Legend of the White Dragon, the last film that Jason David Frank was in. I don't know if he will see this, but dude, hurry up with that movie. They're releasing it already.
For real. So the guy that's directing it, he
Yeah.
worked on the Deadliest Warrior.
He was one of the warriors, I think, in a few episodes. Yeah,
So he does martial arts stuff, or
I think so. I don't know.
oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I really liked that show. That show was dope. I thought you were talking about that dude who always tests the weapons, and he goes,
Oh yeah,
oh no, I'm thinking of the one show where they forged by fire,
yeah.
and then he tests it, and he's like, it will kill or whatever.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I thought you were talking about that guy.
That's a good show too.
Yeah, I like that shit too. But yeah, I think this is something a lot of people have kind of fantasized about it. And I think Predator is probably the best like franchise to kind of do that with,
Yeah.
because they have the technology to code at different timelines.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, no one's really known that, I guess, until now. But I feel like it makes sense, right? They got all this other crazy ass technology. Why wouldn't they have the technology to kind of bend time and space? You know.
Yeah.
So and they like to hunt fucking strong warriors.
Yeah.
I feel like that it fits it so well. And I felt very represented by the Mexican American Navy mechanic, because it's exactly what I did when I was in the Navy. I didn't fly the plane, but you know, I thought it'd be cool too.
Well, he wasn't supposed to fly
He
the plane
technically
either.
wasn't supposed to fly it either, right? Yeah. But and honestly, I remember seeing the trailer for this. I'm thinking like, okay, Vikings makes sense, samurais makes sense, right? Two crazy warriors, and then I was like, fighter pilot?
Yeah.
I was like, how are they gonna do that? But when I was watching it, I was like, this is actually really dope and really well done and really well thought of, like planned and stuff, you know. So I really liked that too. Obviously, the samurai one is my favorite of the three.
That's everyone's favorite. Yeah.
I feel a little biased because like I love samurai stuff, hence all the tattoos and whatnot. I've been obsessed with this since Samurai Champloo, since I was like 18. But yeah, it was really good.
It was.
What would you rate it, Eric?
I'll give this an 8.5.
8.5?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 9, yo.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm a little biased because this is like literally, I feel like it's like curated for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's and like I even thought about giving like a 9.5 or even a 10 just because I feel like it's I love animation. I love anything action, fighting regarding warriors and strong-willed characters. And then it has like two people in it that I feel, you know, like I connect with, you know. I feel like I was a samurai in the past life. I probably wasn't, but I like to think so, you know. And then you got the Mexican fighter pilot who technically wasn't a fighter pilot. That's I feel like this is my movie right here.
Yeah, it was good. I like the fact that the third guy wasn't like your typical warrior. Like the other two
Yeah.
are legit like strong warriors that have all these skills, and he
Hmm.
was more like technology based. Like
Yeah.
he knew machines, and he was a mechanic, and
Right.
he was smart. He was able to figure things out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was nice to
yeah,
have a character who used his brains to defeat the predator rather
yeah.
than just, well,
It takes more than brawn
yes,
to defeat a predator.
exactly.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was cool. Um, yeah, it was dope.
Yeah, it was.
And I love that in every one too. It kind of really respected the whole like, the predator almost I think in every movie always gets defeated with his own weapons.
Yeah,
'Cause they usually have such high tech stuff,
hmm,
and our stuff usually isn't up to par with what they have to protect
yeah,
themselves or defend or fight with. So the character always has to use some kind of wit to kind of figure out how to use their own power against them. And this one kind of really respected that too.
yeah,
And every story to every like story about each character, it was really well rounded,
yeah,
right? It always tied back to the beginning,
yeah,
which is it's there's funny because there's an episode in the studio where they talk about this. It's a book ending, you
yeah.
know. Everyone loves a book ending.
And I do like that each of the stories gave time for us to get to know and understand each of these characters and their culture and where they're from. Because I feel like they could have just thrown in just different warriors fighting predators and not
Right.
given us that backstory for us to really care about these characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
What'd you think about the character they revealed at the end?
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was dope.
The girl from Prey.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
makes sense since he directed
Yeah,
it.
when
I'm sure he
yeah,
feels like that's his baby.
yeah, when they show that scene and they have the Viking, they're taking her somewhere,
They like put her
and
on ice,
you
like Captain
realize they
America.
have other people on ice, and
Or
I was
Winter
wondering
Soldier.
like, oh, who else are they going to show? Like, obviously they're going to show someone here. I was thinking maybe like Ripley or someone,
Right, I was looking in the background. I
or
was like, who they gonna put in here?
Arnold Schwarzenegger, whatever his character's name was.
Yeah, I was looking
Um,
for the Easter
but
eggs.
yeah, I thought it was cool that they put in the girl from Prey.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, they used the gun again. Was it a musket?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I like that the animation style looked like it was like painted, like it was a
Yeah.
painting come to life. Like
Hmm.
yeah,
I read somewhere too that the director he was talking about how he wanted it to feel like a storybook come to life,
nice.
which is why they kind of used the twos to kind of stylize the
Yeah,
the choppy animation because it kind of fits that storybook vibe.
I do like the different predators for each story and how they suited each of the warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
The another thing I read was the director said that he wants the predators to kind of all look a little different from each
hmm,
other. He said that he actually referred to Star Wars and the Wookiees, how he kind of gets bored of the fact that they all look the same. Like
yeah,
every alien in every movie, they all look exactly the same.
yeah,
He's like, I wanted to be kind of like, how we are as humans. We all kind of look different. There's kind of our own, personal
yeah.
vibe to each one of us. He wanted that for each of the predators, which I think is cool.
That is cool. Yeah,
I figure we can move on to our next section, which is suggestions. Do you have any suggestions?
suggestions. Um, all the other Predator movies.
Oh yeah.
But my favorite Predator movie, I think, is it's called Predators, right? The one that Robert Rodriguez directed. I think
Yeah,
that might be my favorite Predator movie.
that's a good one. I remember I was telling you earlier too. Like, I like that they put the samurai character in here
Yeah,
because Robert Rodriguez did this first. He had
yeah,
the Japanese guy with in a standoff with the predator with the katana, and it was like kind of set up like a old samurai film where the moon was up and whatnot, and they're in a grassy plain. It's just there's like a samurai standoff, you know, and the kill came from like the finishing blow was like kind of a one strike thing, you know.
Yeah.
And Robert Rodriguez did that first, and even though I don't think that movie was well received, I liked it, and I appreciated him for putting that in that movie because I feel like that's really cool.
Yeah.
I actually thought this movie was made by the same studio that did Blue Eyed Samurai because it looked pretty similar, and the action was actually kind of similar, but that was done by a studio in France called Blue Spirit, and this one was the third floor. So I was actually surprised to see that it was the third floor, but Blue Eyed Samurai I think is a really good suggestion for. It's not a movie, but it's a show, but it's really good. It's done with similar animation, and at times I think it uses twos. I think for the most part it's mostly done on ones, and it's pretty much just Kill Bill. That whole show is pretty much just Kill Bill, but
Okay.
it's still cool nonetheless.
Yeah. I haven't seen that, but I've heard good things.
And for the longest, I thought that was the same studio that did What If,
Oh, yeah.
but it is not.
It is similar as far as animation.
Yeah.
goes, Yeah.
So I think that's something I'd also suggest, even though I haven't finished it. I think there's a couple seasons of What If.
3 seasons total.
Yeah, I think I've only watched the first one. So
They're good. I liked the third season. I think the first one might have been the best of the 3, but they're good.
yeah,
Yeah.
But from what I watched, I liked it. So, what's the next suggestion or next section? Or unless you have another suggestion?
I don't. Is it what we've been watching?
Yes, it is. You're good at memorizing this stuff, Eric. I forget everything. I have to have notes pulled up for each section of the podcast because I suck at remembering it.
I got a pretty decent memory. But I haven't been watching a whole lot since we last recorded, just 'cause with the vacation and everything. Haven't been able to watch much of anything.
Same.
I while I was editing, I would have How I Met Your Mother playing in the background, which I just finished. So I'll probably be watching another one of my favorite.
Dang, you did
sitcoms.
watch the whole show?
Yeah, I mean it's just playing in the background.
Cool. That's it, really? How I Met Your Mother?
How I Met Your Mother is what I've been
That's pretty
watching.
crazy
Or-
that you went through the whole thing
or
already.
listening to, yes. Since I mean, I think I had started before, so I think it was like on season 3 when I started editing. But yeah,
I like that show. I forgot to mention this last time. I told you this earlier that I actually watched the original Dracula
oh yeah,
with Bela Lugosi, and it was really cool. I get why people liked it so much. It was really cool.
nice.
I love old movies. They have this
Me too.
this like very like they have that like a charm to
They
them.
do, yeah.
You know, yeah.
There's definitely some magical about old
Yeah.
cinema.
And I think what it is like you really had to like make it with smoke and mirrors. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you really had to figure that shit out. And yeah, it's cool. And like the acting back then is always more dramatic because it was kind of being based off of theater back then.
Yeah, because
you know?
theater stage shows, they had to be very expressive and very loud, and so
Right.
when they, make the switch from stage to film, they had to figure that out and adjust.
Right.
And even between silent film and what they call the talkies when they introduce audio,
Right.
Yeah, so
I think it was very like a lot of acting was very like theater-esque up until like the French New Wave, which I think was in the 60s. And then it started to get a lot more like realistic and like trying to like,
yeah.
But what was I talking about? Oh, what stuff we're watching?
Yeah, you were talking about Dracula.
Yeah.
Lugosi.
It was really good. I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything else I've been watching just because we've been really busy with this vacation, which is also why I haven't put out any social media stuff, which kind of stressing me out. But whatever, it is what it is.
Regarding the Dracula, I've been meaning to watch like all those old Universal monster movies, just because I've never seen them. I'd like to, like Frankenstein, Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
all look good. I saw they just put out a trailer for Toxic Avenger, like another trailer. That's another one I've been wanting to see. I've never seen the original,
I've
but
never seen it either.
this new one looks pretty good with what's his face, Peter Dinklage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's playing the Toxic Avenger.
Cool. I don't think I've ever even heard of this movie. What is this, Toxic Avenger?
You haven't heard of Toxic Avenger?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it looks good. I couldn't tell you much. I said I haven't seen the original. It was like a cult. It has a cult following.
Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
There's a lot of renditions of it, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
That's the original one.
I would say the 80s, right?
Oh, it's in the 80s?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For some reason I was like,
Yeah,
this one right here?
84. Yeah.
For some reason I was thinking this was like a old film.
Not like that old, no.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Yeah.
What's it called? Did you want to talk about the last episode?
The last episode about I forgot what we even did.
How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon. Yes.
Sorry, buddy. We're on vacation.
Vacation. Yeah. We talking about people who may not agree with us. Our take on remakes or live action remakes.
Yeah, we were talking about How to Train Your Dragon, and I guess some people didn't like our takes on it. Specifically, our cousin Sean. I'm just kidding. No, it's he apparently really liked it, and just to kind of get some a different perspective, we're gonna watch his reasonings behind it, and then we're gonna play it for you somewhere. Eric will do it. He'll figure it out. Where the heck? You sent it on Facebook, right?
Pretty sure I did. He sent it to me on Facebook. I thought not unless I sent it to you. I downloaded it and sent it to you via Snapchat. I might have done that.
We found the video, okay? We got it pulled up. It took us a second, but we're back. This is our cousin Sean's perspective on How to Train Your Dragon live action.
All right, so here is my opinion on the live action How to Train Your Dragon. I was expecting, when it comes to live action, the way they were completely portraying the movie was that it was the original How to Train Your Dragon, the animated, brought to life. So for me, I give the movie a 10 out of 10. It was advertised that way, and it met my expectations. In my opinion, it is the best live action movie ever made. I don't think when they say, oh, it's a live action movie, like, for example, Lilo and Stitch, I don't want them to give me a different take. No, I wanted Lilo and Stitch from the animated brought to life. And that's exactly what DreamWorks did with How to Train Your Dragon. I'm a big fan. I've always been a fan of the original. So for me, I think they met my expectations. I went in there very skeptical about everything, and I think they did a great job with it. So I love it. I think it is the best live action movie ever done, and I've seen a lot of the live action movies from The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid. I thought they were all trash because they all go in different directions from the original story. Don't change the story. Again, if you're advertising as, oh, live action Lilo and Stitch, live action How to Train Your Dragon, I expect the animated movie brought to life. And for me, that's what they did. I was such a fan that I ended up buying a popcorn bucket. I love it. Great job, DreamWorks. I think you guys blew Disney out of the water. And I think Disney needs to take notes. I don't think when they say live action movie, it should be, oh, it's a remake or a different story. It's not. It's the same movie that we got when we were kids brought to life. I didn't want to keep imagining Toothless as an animation. I wanted to see what Toothless would look like in real life, and I got that.
Okay, that's good enough,
Yeah,
right?
that's good enough.
All right, we've had enough of this shit. No, just kidding.
So what do you think about Sean's opinion?
Trash, garbage. No, just kidding. It's I get it. I get where he's coming from, but the My point is, and my point always is with live actions, is it doesn't need to be made. This live action How to Train Your Dragon was literally an advertisement for Epic Universe. It's a giant commercial for Epic Universe. And if you go to Universal right now, you'll go see a bunch of How to Train Your Dragon shit, and you'll see the new guy on the dragon like this.
Mason Thames.
Yeah, that guy. You'll see him like that on the fucking dragon. And that's how you know it was a fucking commercial. And guess what? I've never liked fucking commercials, all right? Never liked them. All right, why do you think I fucking pay for premium YouTube? Why do you think I fucking pay for premium Disney Plus? Because I want to fucking watch those things, okay? Anyways.
Anyway.
Sorry, what's your opinion on that, Eric?
I mean, I understand where he's coming from, especially with a lot of remakes not really living up to our standards. But also, I think your expectations being it just needs to be the same, but live action is like bare minimum, like it's the lowest bar. And the fact that some studios can't reach that bar, it's kind of sad.
It is sad, yeah.
But we should expect more. They should be able to give us more. Give us a reason why this is happening, why you're making a live action that's not just like you say a commercial for your theme park,
Right.
or to try to keep your IP relevant.
Yeah.
I think I was telling you, and like how Disney, they don't know how to or what to do with the Muppets, and I was saying they should just make live action remakes starring the Muppets. Like they've done like retelling of stories with the Muppets before. Just do it again. Throw the Muppets. I love the Muppets, and I feel like they're kind of going away because Disney doesn't know what to do with them.
Yeah, true. Well, you said they're gonna bring out a new Muppets ride, right? And
yes,
so maybe they're gonna probably put out some new Muppet shit to
maybe.
try to sell.
I would hope so.
People on the ride.
I mean, that last show, which was about the Electric Mayhem, was pretty good, and the new ride is I'm sure people are going to be upset about it, but they are changing the Rock and Roller Coaster, so it's no longer going to be Aerosmith; it's going to be the Electric Mayhem, and they already done shut down Muppet Vision in that area in the park, so no more Muppets over there. That's going to be Monsters University stuff. So. I mean, they got to change some things up, I guess, in the parks, but it's just sad to see the Muppets go and sad to see Aerosmith go. I think that ride would have been better had they chose a different, like, real rock band to take over after Aerosmith. But again, I like Dr. Teeth, the Muppets, so it should be good.
Yeah. Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon was good, though. I liked it, but it's just it's a commercial, so I don't like commercials.
Sean says that was the best live action remake ever made. What do you have a best live action remake ever made?
No, they're all trash. They shouldn't exist, okay? Animation is sometimes, in my opinion, a better medium than live action. We don't need a fucking live action version. The fact that there's a want for it makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah, well, I was going to say my favorite live action remake is Passion of the Christ. And the great live action movie. Way better than the book because I could watch the movie.
You know what?
It's hard to read.
You know what? You got a point. There you go.
Yeah. All right. But if you guys like this segment where we, reacted to this video that my cousin sent us, maybe send us some of your opinions, and maybe you'll get put on the podcast.
What do you want them to send them? Our email?
Yeah. Email is fine.
What is our email again?
Do we have an email for our podcast?
We do. It's
Cinema Rolls Podcast.
Cinema Rolls Podcast, I think. No, ours. You know what? I'm just gonna look it up, bruh.
Let's make sure we get it right.
Yeah. I don't even know our own fucking email address. Actually, I have it on my phone. Well, the reason why it's so confusing is because should we have them send it to our main email address, or should we make a email address specifically for fans?
You can do one specifically for fans. We'll have to give that out later.
We'll make it later, and then we'll put it on the screen what it's going to be. It's going to be somewhere over here, okay? All right.
All right.
Send your videos there. Your opinions. Don't send us anything inappropriate because I don't want to see that shit.
If
Okay.
you send us dick pics, you're getting blocked.
For real. I'm gonna send you one back. How you like that? That's gonna get real weird. Okay. Anyways, next section of the podcast.
Final thoughts?
No, yeah. What are we looking forward to? What are we looking forward
What
to?
we're looking forward to.
What are we even watching next?
Same as always, but my friend, what are we watching next? Like, what is our next?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 28 years later, right?
Oh yeah,
I
20
think
years.
that we said we're going to do
We're gonna be a little
that.
late on that, but
Yeah, we're going to be late, but I think we're also going to like double up on that episode with
oh, that's right.
with Sinners. So,
Sinners. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Two movies that we're late to, but Sinners is coming out right to.
It's going to be released on Blu-ray on July 8th, so I think our podcast should be coming out around that time.
So that is why we're doing it then.
Yep. All right.
And then 28 years later, I'm excited for that because I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I'm excited. I want to go back and watch the first two.
Yeah,
Great movies.
I love those movies.
Yeah. Zombies Run, which I know some people say that shouldn't be a thing. So
I haven't been on social media much, but the little bit that I have been on, I heard that it was good. 20 years later.
yeah, I mean it looks good. I did see that the reviews have been coming out. I haven't watched them yet, but everything looks positive so far. So
Yeah. Is there anything else that you're looking forward to watching?
a friend of mine was asking when we're going to see Jurassic World Rebirth. I believe is.
I want to see that
full
movie,
title.
yo.
I want to see it too. It looks good. I hear Scarlett Johansson's skin was ruined in this movie.
What does that even mean?
I guess they wouldn't let her wear like any makeup or like sunscreen during the filming.
Oh, so she was just getting burned out
She's
there?
getting burned
Why
out.
can't you wear sunscreen?
I don't know.
That's abuse.
Yeah. So.
You can't have a white lady on the sun like that.
Yeah, but hopefully the sacrifice was worth it and the movie's good. So far, the trailers look pretty good. So.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I really want to see it. Natalie really wants to see it too. She loves the Jurassic Park movies and books.
The books are great. If you haven't read the books, you
I haven't
should
read
the books. Yeah,
But I heard they're scary, so.
they are scary. I think I saw in the trailer. I think they tried to put it in one of the movies before, but it looks like they're finally getting that scene in. I think it's the first book where the T-Rex is going after the boat, and the T-Rex doesn't swim, but he's like tall enough in the river to where his head just pokes out of the water, and it looks just like a giant crocodile.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know, it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
scene.
Natalie said that was in the book.
Yeah, it's in the book, and in the book it's terrifying. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
And then they had that same little crocodile dinosaur looking thing in Universal. They had a little prop over there. Remember?
Yeah.
We took a picture in front of it.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't. The kids did, but
yeah,
cool.
that's the mosasaur, right? I think is that one.
I don't know. I don't know any of the dinosaur names.
People like dinosaurs. I told you what the dinosaur with the most teeth was, right? I showed you that the other day. Want to Google it? Google dinosaur with the most teeth.
Is this a joke or something?
Yeah.
Is it gonna come up with like Sarah Jessica Parker or something?
That'd be hilarious, but no.
With the most teeth. What the F? Why you look like that?
Oh, well, that's his name right there.
Oh. Well, yeah, I remember this guy now.
Yeah. If you want to look that up, you can. I'm sure everyone's going to pronounce it the way it's supposed to be pronounced.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not gonna try.
Yeah, don't try. We might get canceled.
Yeah. We haven't even got that popular as a podcast, so we get canceled.
No.
Any-
It's not a joke. That's a real dinosaur. They have lots of teeth.
Anyways, moving on. I don't know what else I'm looking forward to, honestly.
Other than everything else we've been looking forward to.
Yeah,
It's not
same.
out yet.
It hasn't changed.
Everything comes out in
I do want
July.
to see this movie, Elio.
I do think Ellie looks great. Our cousin Maya, her son, looks just like that kid.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It looks like our
Maya,
family.
you watching? Go take your kid to see this movie.
It's him.
Yeah, you should get likeness rights.
I will say Pixar's been lacking though. What's up with that?
They have been lacking a little
I
bit.
feel like ever since John Lasseter left, they've kind
Yeah.
of been going.
They kind of lost their touch. They're putting out multiple Toy Stories where they don't need to.
Yeah. Come on, let Toy Story don't let it die, but like let it be. Come on, it was good after the third movie. Just leave it, you know.
Don't do a live action remake.
Don't do live action. You know what? I think we're gonna start getting live action Pixar movies soon, and I don't want it. How would they can't even do that on. I mean, they actually can. I guess they did it with They did it with Lion King. I was like, how do you do it with Toy Story? You know,
They'll find a way.
it's still animated.
Use puppets.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been lacking. I want to see it, but I feel like it's gonna be whack.
Elio?
Yeah,
I think it's going to be good. I tried to be optimistic.
I want it to be good.
It was good. It's like a reverse E.T.
Yeah, yeah, it is like a reverse CT.
Yeah.
I did like what was the one with the little Italian voice? That was Pixar, right?
It was Pixar. I forget what it's called. It went straight to
Luca.
Disney Plus. Luca. Yeah.
I did like Luca. Luca was really cute, and it was in the style of that like 50s Italian like
I hear Red was pretty good too.
Turning Red.
Yeah, Turning Red.
I like Turning Red too.
Yeah, and those are both movies that went straight to Disney Plus because of
They've been
COVID and stuff.
fucking Pixar, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't been releasing their movies in theaters ever since Pixar did the one with the brothers. That's they're like wizards or some shit.
Wizards? Oh.
Yeah.
Onward?
Onward was the first of the Pixar movies to get released on Disney Plus, and then ever since then they started screwing.
What was
them.
the jazz one? What was that? Soul.
Oh, Soul's good too.
Soul was good too, yeah.
I take it back. Pixar's so good.
They did eventually put those out in theaters, but it was a little too late, and I don't think anyone went to see them.
Yeah. Soul's good too.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. But they did also do that. What's it called? That was Pixar. Or was that Disney Animation? It's kind of like Journey to the Center of the Earth, but it's like weirder, I guess.
Like Strange Worlds or something.
There you go,
right?
Strange World. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see it. No one went to see that.
No one
movie.
wanted to go see it.
Yeah.
It was a little too strange. Okay.
Elemental too. I didn't see that either.
I didn't see Elemental either. I heard it was okay though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got it from a shady source. I asked I asked a friend. She like posted or something on Instagram about it, and I was like, oh, was it any good? And she was like, I loved it. It's one of my favorite Pixar movies. But also haven't heard anybody else talk about it, so I'm like, maybe that wasn't the best opinion.
Yeah,
you know?
maybe not. I don't know.
I'd have to watch it for myself. Can't trust nobody these days.
No.
Okay. So you want to do some final thoughts on Predator?
Sure. So I was gonna say, like I was telling you before, how me and Brandon were talking about that. We don't really know a whole lot about like the Predator race and their backstory and like what their society's like. And we were saying like, what if like the Predators we've seen are just like the rednecks of the Predator culture, and they're just like people that like to go out and hunt and stuff.
Yeah, it'd be super. It'd be really funny if like there's like some predators, like most of the predator society is like a regular society.
Yeah.
And there's just a sub community of predators that like, oh, we just like to hunt, yo.
Yeah.
Like
weird to like go to
yeah,
their home planet and
they have like office buildings, and shit, you know,
like politicians and artists and stuff.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious.
Yeah. But I do know, thanks to my friend Alexis, who was telling me he loved this movie. He said that that's not how it is. That they are just like a bunch of like hunters.
You kind of see it in this one
Yeah,
too.
yeah, they are just like hunters, and they value people like people in the race that can kill. And I guess a rite of passage for them is they have to, their first kill has to be a xenomorph, an alien.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
That's
cool.
dope.
Yeah, I did like how like I don't know if he's like the king or what he was in this, but like the one that they were gonna have to fight if they killed each other. Then how he had a cape made of xenomorph tails. That's pretty.
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah. Predator is such a cool franchise. Like, such a cool concept.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. There's so much you could do with it, you know, and it's Like this is I feel like a franchise. Like I'm okay if they start pumping more shit out about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because like the old Predator movies, how many Predator movies are there? There's not a ton, is
not
there?
a ton. No.
Compared to like Alien or
Alien.
like some of the other movies that came
Yeah,
out around that time.
yeah. I hear there's some good comics out there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could
uh,
see that. I have to check those out.
mm,
But this movie for sure would get me into the whole Predator franchise more. Like it.
yeah. Definitely. Like I definitely prefer Alien over Predator.
Mhm.
Because like there's multiple Alien movies that I like, and as far as Predator goes, I liked the first one, and I liked Predators, the Robert Rodriguez one. And it was until
Yeah.
recently that they
Prey.
did Prey that I was like, okay,
Yeah.
Predator's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Alien is one of my favorite sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
It's one of these days we got to do an episode about it because I've done so much deep diving into Alien and the whole like how it was made, like how it even became a concept, like why they even thought of it, how it became like kind of was assembled,
Yeah.
you know, and all the symbolism within it. You know, there's a ton of symbolism in the movie, and it's I don't want to get too into it right now, just because if we ever do an episode about it, I want to be able to just ramble about it because
Yeah.
it's so good.
It's so good.
But yeah, Predator is it's more like an action kind of sci-fi, you know, and so I feel like the two of them they're similar because they're aliens, which I was saying at the beginning about this episode is like everyone always compares them, but like they're kind of really different in a way, you know, like the styles and the concepts of the characters are very are vastly different. The only similarities is that they're aliens, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I guess kill humans. But I mean, I think the xenomorphs would kill just about anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just happens that we're humans and we're making movies about them.
Uh, oh, there is an Alien TV show coming to Hulu.
Oh,
Oh,
there
the
is?
Alien Earth, I believe it's called.
Oh.
So they're going to be on Earth for like the first time. I don't think we've seen them on Earth other than in Alien vs Predator movies.
Dang, that'd be fun.
Yeah, should be good.
Yeah. My girlfriend just walked by and shook her titty at me. Totally lost anything I was about to think of and talk about.
Lost all train of thought.
Yep.
I didn't see it.
What were we talking about?
Predator. Predator. Aliens.
I was gonna ask you what your favorite part was in this movie, Eric.
Like what my favorite segment was, or like a specific scene.
Specific.
It might have been when the Viking used the Predator's weapon against him when they're underwater, and she
That was cool.
used it not only to like shoot, like to have herself like pushed back up out of the water, but also to push him down and impale himself on his own weapon.
Yeah.
Was it his own weapon?
It was an anchor, I think,
Yeah.
that was behind him.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. That was really cool. I liked honestly, I liked it wasn't even the part with the Predator, I don't think. I liked when the two brothers, how they got separated or whatever. I like when the brother that went and learned ninjutsu and the way of the shinobi,
Yeah.
broke back into the castle.
Mhm.
That whole scene where he's breaking into it. Oh my god. And he's like trying not to make noise and they keep trying to ring the bell and he's trying to stop them and he's like doing different ways to like stop them. He like catches their head before they hit the bell or whatnot. And he just catches their body before he falls out the building. And then he finally gets like exposed and he just lets the body go and it falls onto the two guys below them. And then when he fights his brother too, that shit's fire too.
Yeah, it was really good. Someone, I forget who, said that they didn't catch until the end of that segment that they were brothers. I was like,
What?
it's pretty
They're
obvious,
twins.
right?
They look exactly alike.
Yeah. Like, obviously, I'm pretty sure they even say at the beginning, like, that they're brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the little, it's not, I don't know if it's a haiku,
Yeah.
but there's a little quote in the beginning, and it says like brothers or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
like my brother said, or something like that.
Or no, it's not brothers. It's actually it's talking about the tree. It says leaves on the same tree.
Yeah.
are together or something like that. But when they fall alone.
Yeah.
But
But
it was
yeah,
still obvious that
it's
they're
obvious.
brothers. Yeah.
Like, it's so obvious.
Yeah, it was so good. And then, I like also too at the end of that segment where it looks like they're gonna start fighting again, but then they both had caught on that that Predator was still alive,
Yeah.
and they went and just struck him at the same time.
That was awesome. Yeah.
So good, so good. And this is what I'm talking about, yo. Like the animation is a medium of its own, and you could do things in it that you wouldn't necessarily be able to do in live action. It's with animation you could do anything and have it fit all cohesively and so well. It works. It works, and I think this story. I don't. If there were ever for whatever reason decided to make a live action of it, I wouldn't want to see it. Watch this one. Why is it here in the West that we can't appreciate animation for being more than just kids shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hate that, yo. Like,
Right.
Japan caught on to it forever ago, and look how big anime is now.
Yeah.
Because that shit is dope. So my camera overheated earlier, and it stopped recording us. So we just wanted to tell you the last bit of what it missed. What did it miss?
If you like us, you want to interact, comment, let us know what your favorite sci-fi movies are.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Golly, I shouldn't have ate that fucking peanut or whatever the fuck that was.
Spicy?
No, I don't know. It's just like the crumbs were in my throat and it fucked me up, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, send us your favorite, comment your favorite sci-fi, and maybe we'll talk about it or we'll respond to it in one of our episodes.
Tell you how much it's stupid or something, or maybe we agree with you.
And don't forget to send in your videos to that email address. Maybe we'll put it up again, like right there. Bam. That
Bam.
one right there.
That one?
That one right.
There?
Yep. Send
Alright.
us a video there, and don't send us inappropriate things.
Yeah.
Like I said, you heard it before. Is that all we talked about?
I think so.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
watching. See you next time.